When it comes to the new take on Mortal Kombat with the upcoming reboot, many people, including myself, cannot wait to see Goro and how much and how different he is compared to the original 1995 version. And I think many of us have nostalgia for that version of the character because we were children when we first saw that film. Now the producer on the film reflects on the original version and talks about why the new version had to be CG. I know there is always this big debate when it comes to practical versus CG, and I can agree and disagree with both takes on any given day because sometimes CG just works better. It's more practical. For example, when it comes to fatalities, they have to do those CG. They're not literally going to be doing fatalities in real life, so you can excuse that. When it comes to characters, people will argue. Sometimes CG looks way better than an animatronic, and sometimes it's the other way around. The animatronic just fits. Look at the original Ninja Turtles movie. Those turtles still hold up today because they looked amazing. The Jim Henson Company just outdid themselves. So when you go back and look at the original Mortal Kombat film, for its time, that Goro looked great. And in certain scenes, he looks like he is top quality animatronic. But of course, we know that they were very limited with a budget, with how they had to shoot that film, and of course hide some of the elements of that Goro. Now when it comes to the new one, the director and the producer of the film pretty much figured out that if we're going to do Goro justice, if we're going to do the character the way we need to, and make him do what he does in the game, we can't go practical. We have to do it CG because that's what we have. And of course, I think the budget is another factor. Doing R&D, making a Goro puppet, putting it on a set, it would take so much time that honestly, it's not worth it unless it's a main character. So I 100% understand where they're coming at this from, and I can't disagree with them. It just makes sense to me. It makes sense, and as they also added, it's the visual. It has to be visually pleasing to the eye. When you look at it, you have to go, well, that fits with the rest of the film. And no disrespect to the film, if you look at it, quite clearly there's some CG effects that aren't really done. And some of them, they look a little bit cheaper. Again, this is a very risky movie for WB. So dropping a animatronic in the middle of that film would stick out like a sore thumb. So honestly, I'm fine. Would have liked to have seen Goro be a practical thing that's like 9 foot tall? Sure. But realistically, I knew I was never going to get that.